Hi everybody. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about some personnel movement in the scheduling console. We'll start off with some easy stuff and work our way into a couple of tougher scenarios where moving people around has become an issue on the scheduler. Start out with a nice clean sheet here, full shift, nothing's going on, but we'll muddy it up here. So first example we're going to go through is pretty basic, pretty simple. We're going to pretend as though Fernando has called in sick for the day. So double click on his name, look and see if he's going to be off, and you have an actor to fill that position. You don't need any coverage staff, so make sure to click that. Look at your date and your time. Make sure that's the full 24-hour period if that's what they're taking off. Log your notes. Date stamp it. And if you have the authority to do so, go ahead and approve it. It'll move you right along to the next tab. On this activity code, make sure you're coming into payroll and log sick leave. The hours worked and hours paid, we know we're going to have to change in the on-duty card itself. However, if you try to modify the hours through here, it will not reflect through the on-duty card. So go ahead and save and close. Now you can see we've got our vacancy here, and we're going to take Casey. The quickest, easiest way to move somebody to a new station is click and hold. Sorry about that interruption, people. As I was saying, the easiest way to move an individual from one station to another is to simply click and hold, and then drag and highlight the individual, hover over the unit ID, and simply let go. It'll open up a reassignment. Go into your activity code. In this situation, we're moving Casey to be an actor. So we created a new code in order for Chris and Tammy to track acting battalion chiefs versus acting captains. So you'll see here we have two new codes, acting BC, acting captain. Obviously pick the appropriate one. I like to put in the position as well. You'll see we have the acting battalion chief and acting captain on here as well. If you make it a habit of filling that in, that'll come in handy later. As you can see, it auto-populates the station and the ID truck that they're on. Once again, you don't need to play with the hours at this point. However, you do need to make sure that the start date and time coincide with the time frame that the individual will be filling that acting role. Type your notes, date stamp, highlight your request. If you have the authority to, go ahead and approve it. And you can either just click the left mouse button on save, and then come over and click on close after it's finished saving, or another quick little shortcut that can help you out once the hourglass goes away here is you can right click over save, and it gives you the option of saving and continue or save and close. It just simply cuts out one extra click. And now you can come over here and see that we have Casey acting captain for 24 hours from 08 to 08. Our assignments covered. Fernando's off on sick leave, and approved reassignment. Casey's is acting captain at station 32. Okay, now we're gonna continue on with this, where in this case Fernando is actually going to come back from his shift, from his sick leave, and early, and he'll only be working 12 hours from 0800 correction, 2000 to 0800. So to adjust that, all you need to do is come down here, open up his card, change the date to the same day, and the time. Once again, I like to right click, save and continue, save and close, save and new if you're doing any kind of logging in on duty. I'll talk about that later. Save and close. Now you'll see that we have Fernando back on duty from 2000 to 0800, again on duty. Now we need to modify Casey, so we'll open up his card and we're going to do the exact same thing there. Change it to the date, change the time, and save and close. Now you can see here Casey's the acting captain from 0800 to 20. Fernando's back on duty from 2000 to 0800 the following day, and at 2000 Casey's back on duty, not acting at his regularly assigned station. Alright, next we have a recall or a mandatory recall. Again, we're going to have Fernando call in sick, and if we're going to be filling his position with somebody from another shift from off duty, we need to select who that individual is going to be. For this example, we're going to use Randy. So you go ahead and make sure that your date, time matches up with the sick leave. Approve where you can. Moving on to the activity code, he's off on sick leave, so we want to notate that. Now here's where there's going to be a little bit of change. The activity code, for all intents and purposes, is your pay. However, for this situation, we have two different types of pay going on. We have a recall, and we also have acting pay. In order for us to track it, we're going to go ahead and put the activity code in as the recall. However, the position is going to be acting captain. That's where I was talking about earlier. If we get in the habit of using this on a regular basis, it gives us accountability for the position, who's filling that role for each day, especially if you're going to look back while you're in the middle of doing any kind of payroll. It helps to just keep things organized. So we'd select acting captain. We know that we're replacing Fernando, so it's going to automatically go to where Fernando was before, meaning the station and the unit number. Hours worked, once again, we can put them in, but it's not going to transfer over to the on-duty card. So save and close. And now you'll see right here, Randy Black on recall as an acting captain for 24 hours. Now on Fernando's parf, Randy will be in the bottom section as a filled by, and his backfill type will be recall. However, you'll have to also generate an additional parf with just Randy's name on it that has his acting time on it. And that'll be universal, whether it's a firefighter filling a captain's spot or a captain filling a battalion chief's spot. I'd also like to point out that when we fill a replacement in this new way of trying to track it, the recall, this could also be if it was a mandatory recall, same difference on that, as well as if it was a shift exchange. So if anybody is on a shift exchange and they are moved into an acting role, we're actually going to, activity code will be shift exchange, and the position once again will be acting, and that additional acting parf will need to be generated for that individual. Okay, in this scenario, we're going to utilize the save and split option. And this comes in handy when somebody has multiple roles in a 24-hour period, and or vacation or OWA, whatever the case may be. So as you can see, I got it set up here with BC Clausen has comped out from 08 o'clock to 1200, and Fernando has vacation leave pre-approved from 2000 to 0800. To minimize movement, Fernando was designated as the acting battalion chief. So we're going to go into his card, and you'll see that when I double click it and open it up, it goes right to his vacation leave card. Now from here we can utilize the save and split feature, and as you'll see, it starts the date and time where the last one left off. However, you can manipulate this however you need to. In this case, we actually need him to be the acting battalion chief on Sunday the 19th from 0800 to Sunday the 19th at 1200. Got to go into assign. At this point, you'll modify the acting battalion chief here. Don't have to worry about filling in the rest. Simply, once again, hit right click, save and close, and close this out, and you can see that Chief Clausen has his 4 hours of comp time. During that 4 hours of comp time, Fernando was acting BC from 08 to 1200. Coming back up here, his regular on-duty time auto fills from 1200 hours to 2000 hours, and his vacation time is still at 2000 to 0800 the following day.